So I've been pumping out a series of new videos and some questions have come up. And I thought, well, why not? Let's do a little bit of behind the scenes. Maybe every once in a while, I'll do a behind the scenes video like this, talking about what it is exactly that I'm up to and what I'm trying to accomplish. And it's probably nowhere near as crazy, or I don't know, some of you must think it's sinister or have some kind of plan on the back of this. And I'll lay that out for you without maybe getting into too much shop talk today. But I'm happy to get into shop talk too at some point if you're like curious what I'm using, how I'm using it, and how am I going about creating these videos. And it's much simpler than you might think, and it's much more vulnerable than you might think. It's much more off the cuff than you might think. But one of the questions that came up was, are you getting AI to create summaries for you that you read on camera? Is that something people do? Like, that's immediately what I thought of. You get AI to, like, interpret your life, you tell it it's your life stories, and then you have AI generate a script. I guess I mean, it must be. It's gotta be something that people actually do nowadays. I just can't conceive of like, I can't think of actually doing that. Why would I do that? There's a couple reasons why that would be absolutely absurd for me. One is I've worked on my public speaking skills and my communication skills diligently since like 2009, maybe even before that, 2007. So there's no script here. This like my computer monitors are over here. My desk is over here. There's no script over here. There's no script over here. All there is a window and a few guitars in front of me. I'm talking at the camera right now. That's what I'm doing. It's pretty much what I'm doing in the latest series of videos too. And so you might be thinking, well, there's been a lot of edits between sentences. Yeah, because I'm having to think about the subject matter. I'm having to tune in and go, what do I want to say here and what actually is worth saying? Like, I have a whole bunch of topic ideas that I'm going off of, and they're not exactly the easiest in the world. In fact, you probably noticed how the tone in my latest videos has been so different than anything else I've put out there. My tendency, I guess, is maybe to just be super logical and come at everything from a rational perspective and to teach you something or to educate something or lighten something for you. Whereas these videos are more from the heart and they're more vulnerable. So, no, like I don't have AI generate my scripts for me. I will use my transcripts from the videos, give those to AI, and then do certain things with them, such as generate YouTube descriptions. But I didn't think you guys read YouTube descriptions. Is that something people do? Yet again, we're kind of, this is kind of Twilight Zone territory, don't you think? That's pretty weird. Is that something you guys actually do? Like, would it benefit you if I wrote better YouTube descriptions? Is that something that would actually support you on your journey or help you? Maybe it would. Like, I'd be curious to know. Again, it's not something that I think people do that much or that often or even care. That's why I think the most important thing you could put in your YouTube description is a link to your website. And I'm still amazed that a lot of creators don't do that. Have 3, 4, 5 million subs and they don't even collect an email list. Like, well, YouTube is all going to be okay if they shut your channel off. They've got hundreds of millions of users. Meanwhile, you might lose your 3, 4, 5 million subs at the click of a button. Just again, absolutely absurd. So what am I doing? I'm doing something called Leadership Lab Bootcamp. And again, a lot without getting into a lot of details of what that looks like. The only intent, the only goal of the whole thing is to build a personal brand. That's it. If other things happen on the back of that, I'm cool. If people want to check out my books, that's great. If people want to check out my membership at Indie Career Formula, fantastic. But there's no call to action in those videos in case you hadn't noticed. It's not like at the end of every single video, go check this out, go check that out. I'm not even asking you necessarily to comment most of the time. Some of the time I am, but like there's no call to actions in those videos for the most part. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm up to. Is AI involved in the process? Yes. But again, I'm not having AI give me a script to read on screen. I haven't had the need to use scripts at all in a very long time. Oh, there's the occasional podcast episode where I think it might be nice to have everything sort of neatly written out just so that I'm not like saying really stupid things that I have to edit out later. It's just so much easier sometimes to have all my thoughts down on paper. We read those into a microphone and then have to go back and edit or have to sit there and think about what it is I want to say and pause the podcast and then hit play again and continue recording. So it's so rare for me to use scripts in the first place that it would be absolutely absurd for me to even consider using AI generated scripts for this latest series of videos that's supposed to build my personal brand. I don't even know if it's going to do that, but that is the intent. That's what Leadership Lab Bootcamp is supposed to do. You create these pieces of content and they build your personal brand. So if I'm talking to you, if you're resonating with what I'm saying, if you're hearing me and you're going, yeah, I don't know, there's something about these videos. I'm talking to me 2 to 3 years ago because I was going through a lot of those things. And man, they were difficult. So that's why you're resonating with them if you are resonating with them. So that's a little bit of shop talk. We could get into more. I'm happy to do more of these behind the scenes videos, but that's what I have to say for now is no, there's no AI generated scripts and I'm not reading them. I'm not reading off of anything. And if I'm having to pause or edit, it's because I'm thinking. I'm thinking about what should actually be said in this video. What am I looking to reveal? That's it.